So I'm out here fishing with my Vexilar and my Kayak today. I got a little ice fishing rod here with a little crappie tube bait, a little Slurpee. And the wind's a lot higher than I expected. So I'm kind of just drifting and I'm marking fish. And hopefully I'll catch something here. And we're shallow. I keep having things like bust at the surface out here. There's things like busting on the surface. Holy crap. Those were crappies. So as I'm paddling around here, all around me are these schools of crappie that keep busting at the surface. So there must be some tiny little bait fish in here that these crappies are just pushing to the surface right now. So I got that little pink tube jig or the Slurpee on. And today, since I'm using this Vexilar, I really wanted to have a rod that's a lot closer. And so I thought what better to bring out in my kayak would be an ice fishing rod. And the one I'm using today is a Clam Dave Genz split handle, the hybrid composition. It's a 40-inch heavy action, and normally I would never use this rod for crappies, but it's the only ice fishing rod I had. This one I was supposed to use it for a trip to go lake or for some lake trout, but today it's a crappie rod instead of a lake trout rod. So, but as I've been using it, it is working. And look at that. Right down there, I'm already marking fish. So I think what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna drift with that. So, because here in Iowa, we're allowed to use 2 baits, 2 rods. So I'm thinking, since all these crappies are busting at the surface, I'm gonna throw this little, tiny little popper I got on here. See if I can get a crappie on a big old bass rod. Alright, maybe 2 rods is not a good idea. Oh, I got one! I was trying to do 2 rods here. Another crappie. Just mayhem out here in the kayak. Alright, little buddy. That's awesome. I decided to come target crappies and it's actually working. Right at the surface, just reeling it in. They're all about the same size, it looks like, though. Give you guys a better look here. But today I'm out here fishing a little farm pond, and I'm catching these little crappies. That's incredible. I was actually out here another time fishing with trying to catch some bass. I was throwing a whopper plopper and I caught one about this size. And also, kind of go off of that, these crappies, you gotta be really careful with their mouth. Call them paper mouths, so you can't hold them like a bass like that. You gotta be really careful there, otherwise you're gonna break their jaw. But we'll let this one go. Right here, I'm marking a ton of them right now. Right down there, that's all crappies. Right about that 9-10 foot range. These crappies are just all over the water column. I caught that one right at the surface. They're down deep, they're in the middle. There's just probably a huge population of those crappies, all about the same size here. So I caught about 3 or 4 crappies in this little Slurpee here. It's just a tube bait that's pink, and pink actually works really well for crappies. I don't know why. Pink, white, black. Just gonna bite that off. And now, let's switch it up. I'm gonna try one of these Bobby Garyland crappie baits. Never used them. I saw them at Walmart the other day, and I figured it's got a crappie on there, so It's got to catch crappies. Even says crappies in the title. Well, note to self, the bag actually just opens. I'll pull out one of these baits I'm going to be using. And it's called a little baby shad. It's just got a little tail there. It looks like a fluke almost. A little crappie fluke. Oh god, look at that big fish down there. I'm gonna get down there. Hopefully that's a big crappie. Oh, that was nice. This Vexilar out here is awesome right now. Alright, so the Garyland baby shad, definitely a winner. Let's see what I got here in the arsenal that I can try that'd be a little more absurd. Maybe I'll try this guy out. Alright, the goal right now. Oh, there's a big one down there. Chris, these things are just too easy right now. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed today's episode. It was a lot of fun to film. Taking out my kayak on that pond was just so much fun. But too bad the crappies weren't any bigger than they were. They're only about 5 or 6 inches. Looking towards next week's episode, I end up going to Illinois and fishing there for the first time. I end up tagging along with a friend of mine from work, and we chased some largemouth bass, and we end up chasing some sunfish too. It was a really fun trip, and it'll be a great episode. But once again, I'm Camden Droppo with Wide Open Water, and I'll see you guys next week.